I want to talk about fans. Now, I think this is a great idea. So Aston Villa, we heard it there in that little VT. Aston Villa asked the fans whether or not they should change the badge. I think they had 3 options to give to the fans to choose from, so they controlled it. And also, sometimes when these things go to like an online vote, it gets taken over by rival fans, like it might be Birmingham fans or something, and then they can, go for this. But what they did very cleverly, Aston Villa, they only allowed season ticket holders and members of the club to vote, right? So it's controlled. And on the back of that, they decided to change the club badge on the shirt and also on the training top as well, but keep the badge as it was around the stadium and so on. Firstly, what do you make of clubs changing things? Like you had Cardiff when their new owners bought the club. I think they went blue to red for a couple of years.
Yeah, bonkers.
Whole City, their owners wanted to add the name Tigers in. What do you make of the possibility of historical connections to the club? Be it the name of the club, the colours, whatever.
I definitely think
changed.
Fans should have a say in that.
Yeah.
And listen, I fully understand the owner comes in, they've got all the money. It's their club after they've purchased it. But I still think when you've got supporters, and Aston Villa is a fantastic football club, I had the privilege of playing there myself. I think they should have a say, because I don't think you should be able to, because you've bought it and you own it, you've been there 5 minutes, you should be able to change the history.
Do you think it should be a law, an FA law?
Yeah, probably.
I do.
And I quite like the fact that they've involved the fans, because again, that's how you can win brownie points with owners, because you know how it is with some ownership models. It sours really quickly, fans get on the owner's back and it just becomes toxic. But if the owner can come in and do this type of thing and go, do you know what, let's talk to the fans, we're thinking about changing the name, what do you think? Fans will go straight away, absolutely not that one. I won't even think about that one, not that on the head.
Yeah.
But with the things like the badge, the crest, I think that can be changed. Put it out there and just ask the fans. Just don't take it upon yourself because you own the club to do it. Even though you've got the right to do that because you own it, give it to the fans because you get brownie points on that. So I'm glad that they've done this and the supporters have got the opportunity to choose what crest they want.
It should only be that way, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
It should only be that way. We're going to take loads of calls on this. Let's quickly take one. Go on then, Russ. You're a West Ham fan. What's your view on whether or not the fans should have the final say on big decisions?
I'm all for it because, and no disrespect, but Karen Brady comes in and puts London on our badge.
Oh, yeah.
Do we need a reminder of where we play? We play in London, and it was a part about branding, about being the biggest club in London, and I've refused to buy kits while it's still got London on it. So it's a mockery. You set it out as Villa does. You know, your free options. Then I'm a season ticket holder, and if I'd have been asked, do I want a badge? You know, and we've gone back to the Irons, which we've lost our castle, whatever. And I don't mind a change of badge, but we've lost a lot of that, and we're just a bit of a laughing stock. London on a badge. Why do we need London on it? And no one, where I sit in the Bobby Moore, no one would have agreed to that because why do you need it?
I do think when owners come in and make decisions like that, in this case with your club, I do think it shows just how far removed the owners are from the fans, and also how far removed they are from understanding what the club's about.
Yeah, so I honestly, we don't need London. I don't mind the 2 Irons. I think it's quite sexy, but at the end of the day, we don't need London. We know where we play, and no one would have voted that in. No one would have voted it at all. But I think it should go to the league, and I think the league should turn around and say, you cannot make a change. I think, it's a bit like changing West Ham United. Why would you do that? Keep with Hull City, keep with your club's name, keep with the badge, keep with the tradition. Don't start fangled it. It's just to bring in the plastic fans. That's all it is.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks for your call, Russ. I like that.
Yeah, great call.
I forgot about the West Ham London thing.
Yeah.
What have they done? Oh, I know. It's a marketing
Of
ploy.
course, no. But I think things like crests and stuff, I think with owners, they shouldn't be able to just do what they want.
No.
Training ground, up to them. They own it. Stadium renovations.
Even the name of the... I'm not comfortable with naming rights, but I understand it generates more...
As in the stadium?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think fans should be consulted about that.
Well, yeah, I'm not comfortable with it, but it generates copious amounts of money for the club.
I get that, but at least speak to the fans and tell them why you're doing it then.
To get loads of money in.
You just don't change Villa Park to...
If it became like the Vodafone Stadium...
Oh, no, Villa fans would be uproar. Villa Park, it's Villa Park.
Who's your club?
The Arsenal.
What's the ground called?
The Emirates.
You know what that is, don't you?
Yeah.
It's something to do with Arsenal, is it? It's something to do with Highbury.
Yeah, but we were at Highbury. If they'd have tried to change Highbury to the Emirates, then it'd have been uproar as well.
Yeah, but you're named after an airline.
Yeah, but they had to move to the...
What's Spurs called?
Yeah, but they've not changed...
What's Spurs called? Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
Yeah.
Well, they haven't sold out. They're not the Vodafone.
No, but again, they've moved stadiums, so it's different.
Wait, you've both moved?
You're not getting my point.
No.
Right, so Villa haven't moved. They've been at Villa Park for forever.
Right.
So if you then was to change the name of that stadium, there'd be uproar. But Arsenal, if they'd have stayed at Highbury and tried to change it, it would have been uproar. But because they upheaved and went to the Emirates, they're starting fresh, just like Spurs are starting fresh. You know, so if Manchester United Old Trafford, the Glazers tried to change Old Trafford to, I don't know.
Let's keep using the word Vodafone for no reason.
The Vodafone Stadium.
Yeah.
I'd expect there to be uproar.
Awful.
Exactly.
But if Manchester United move stadium...
And then change the name, that's fine.
No, it's not fine. I still wouldn't like it.
Yeah, but you can understand it. But Old
So I
Trafford...
think with your club, like the Emirates, right, the stadium has no identity. So if the deal with the Emirates finished, it would still be called, with Arsenal fans, the Emirates.
Yeah. But my point is, because that's now home, but if they'd have tried to do that with the Emirates, I mean, the Highbury... And change the name.
If they're changing names, if the deal they had, I don't know, what it's like 10, 20 year deal, whatever. If all of a sudden that changed, right, and you were sponsored by Poundland, you'll be known as the Poundland Stadium.
Yeah, no, I'd hate that.
I know. That's my point.
Okay, I get that, but I think it means more to clubs that I've always had that one home.
Yeah, of course.
That one home.
Yeah. I think we agreed.
We got there in the end.
talkSPORT Drive.